Hey, welcome to Tuesday Tips for Life, where we discuss topics and concepts in order to develop habits and practices that will enhance our life. So, let's get started. Today we are discussing the third concept that we are working through and we're trying to develop in our lives for 2018, and that is gratitude. You know, gratitude is something we could all use more of. We're going to talk quickly about what it does to our life, what it does for others' lives, and how we can develop gratitude. So gratitude is something that begins in the mind, not with our words. You know, one of the first lessons parents try to teach a baby, and even other adults try to support this lesson, is the lesson of please and thank you. We were taught from just a baby age to say please and thank you. And it's a good practice to teach your kid, to say thank you, to show gratitude. But the truth is we have to make sure our mind is supporting what we're saying, because can we be honest? Many times we say thank you, but in our minds we're thinking, well, I could have done a better job, or thanks for nothing, or, thinking about, sure, we have to say thank you as kind of the way we do things. It's almost like a culture thing, but in our minds we're thinking of all these other things that are opposite of gratitude. So we have to make sure our mind is lining up with our words. Now, that doesn't mean don't say thank you. It means adjust our minds. Because the truth is, you have the power to change your mind. A lot of times we think, well, I can't help it. I can't help the thoughts that I think about. That is false. We 100% have the power to change our own minds. No one has to convince you. You have the power yourself to change what you're thinking about. Think about the things you're grateful for more than the things that you don't like so much. Gratitude begins with our minds, but over time, it will move into our heart. You see, we can change the way that we truly are by changing our minds, because once our minds are changed, once we literally make ourselves change our minds, then it won't be so much of a struggle and so much of a conscious decision on what we're thinking about, because it will come naturally to us. That's the beauty of creating new habits. And so once that becomes a habit, it will move to our heart, where truly we are saying thank you and we are showing gratitude, not just as a mental decision, but because we are truly expressing what's in our heart, and that is gratitude. When gratitude moves from our minds to our hearts, gratitude can really serve its purpose in our lives by producing some really important things. It produces things like joy, humility, kindness, peace, and a really big thing it produces is contentment. We can be so discontent with what we have, where we live, what our parents are like, what clothes we can wear, what job we have. All of these things, we can be so discontent. But when we can find contentment, is it when we have more money? Is it when we have more things? Is it whenever all of these things that we are desiring are in our lives? That's not when we have contentment. We have contentment when we learn to be grateful for what we have. And when we can be grateful for what we have becomes enough. And that is true contentment. And contentment is something that brings peace into our life, that we're not always striving for, trying to earn, trying to work and work and work to pursue things that really don't matter. Contentment is a very special gift, and it can be brought and produced into our lives by gratitude. So, kind of the takeaway from this is to practice gratitude. Literally change your mind. Change what you're thinking about. Think of what you're grateful for. And if you really want to get down and dirty and practice gratitude, I encourage you to get a piece of paper, write down things each and every day you're grateful for. Even if it's just one thing, write it down and think on that for the day. So, let's practice gratitude, let's develop gratitude, and let's change our minds so that gratitude can serve its purpose and produce all these wonderful things in our life. Until next week, we'll see you later.